Ginger belonged to the Pies. He already had a name, Ginger Pie, and he already had a little leather collar around his neck made out of one of Rachel's old skate straps. Anyone could see he really belonged. Up next in my read through the Newbery Award winners, we have Ginger Pie by Eleanor Estes. Eleanor Estes was born in 1906 in West Haven, Connecticut. She grew up there and enjoyed all the freedom of the countryside, including things like climbing trees and swimming and all of those kinds of activities. Her happy childhood inspired many of the events in the books she would later write. After she graduated, she became a children's librarian and then later attended the Pratt Institute Library School, where she also met her husband. During her time as a librarian, she began writing books, and after her first book was published, she turned her attention to her career as an author. She believed that the best children's authors never lost that sense of wonder that children have, but also were able to apply the lens of maturity that they had gathered as an adult. She dreamed of winning the Newbery and even practiced her speeches long before her book was eligible. And when she won the award, she said she kind of wished that she had written one of them down because now she actually had to give the speech. 3 of her books received the Newbery honor before Ginger Pie won the award in 1952. While she did do the illustrations for Ginger Pie, most of the time she focused on her writing and let other people do the illustrations. She published her final book shortly before her death when she was 82. Ginger Pie is about the Pie family, and specifically about the new dog that they welcome into their house. The young boy, Jerry, has fallen in love with one of the puppies from a neighbor's litter and talks to his mother and his sister and decides that he is going to find a way to earn the dollar he needs in order to buy this puppy. An opportunity comes up, he and his sister are able to work together and earn the dollar, and Ginger Pie becomes a part of their family. He proves to be a friendly, lovable, and incredibly intelligent dog right from the very beginning. Somebody else had wanted the same puppy, and there are a number of suspicious occurrences that make the Pies believe that someone may be after the dog. However, nothing seems to come of it until Thanksgiving Day, when Ginger disappears from the backyard. Jerry and Rachel get the whole family and even many of their friends and neighbors on a hunt trying to find their dog, but alas, months go by and they aren't able to locate the dog. Many months later, the mystery is finally unraveled. We learn the truth around everything that has happened, and Ginger is reunited happily with the family that he has been longing for the whole time that he was gone. I found this to be a really fun and interesting book. Even though it is written in third person, it's focused on Jerry and Rachel's perspective, and there are a lot of things about the way that they think and interact with the world that really gives a very authentic, childlike feel to it. There are a lot of memories woven in, and they aren't always germane to what is happening, so they will be thinking about this, and then that will remind them of another time that they were in that same place, and there'll be kind of this long little memory sequence. And I felt that that was just very accurate with the way that kids interact with the world and the way that they are so much less linear when they are younger, along with the way that they tend to draw connections between things that adults might not remember or not see as significant or important. There isn't some big kind of detective element to this. The way things play out, it's a little bit more happenstance in how they unravel the mystery, but it makes it feel a little bit more realistic. However, because of the way it is written, there's a bit of a meandering feel to the book. It doesn't seem to hit those like story beats the way that you might be used to with more contemporary children's fiction. And this gives it a very charming but also slightly dated feel that some modern readers might not connect with as well. There are a few things that show this book's age. There are a few dated references and perspectives, but overall, because it is so focused on this family and this one particular instance, it holds up fairly well. The only thing that adults might pick up on that kids might not, or that kids might have questions about, is that there's a bit of a deal made about the way that the mother and father met. The mother was 17 and the father was 35 at the time they met, and they married within a few weeks of first meeting each other. It's presented as being very romantic, and there's this element that that Jerry and Rachel have an uncle who's only 3 years old, so is actually younger than both of them. It plays out fine in the story, but it is something that some kids might be trying to figure out. How on earth could an uncle be younger than their niece and nephew? Overall, I thought that this was a fun book with some really memorable characters and an interesting story. There is a little bit of like creepiness and danger when they think someone's following them and in the resolution, but it never really gets scary. And overall, I enjoyed it. Up next, we have Secret of the Andes by Anne Nolan Clark. Thanks and happy reading!